Well, I'm actually a bit nervous. I know.
Okay, Owner, you're alive.
Yeah, I am live at the moment.
Yeah.
Good. I'm going in game. I mute myself. Go fuck this thing.
Wait, well, I don't see it. Oh, no,
but you need to change the title of the stream.
Okay.
Oof.
Yeah, but you need to. Okay, no, the stream title is fine. Never mind. It just doesn't display the same for me right now.
Okay, here they are. Peter.
I will change the name, Peter. Doesn't matter. I will change the name in 2 minutes.
Yeah, no problem.
How do you think Chris is going to win?
Well, judging by skill, I guess it's going to be Legion because they won Twister Cup and they're performing quite well recently as well. But, I mean, Alert does have... as I was saying, Alert does have good strategies. I mean, as you saw, they can perform well against good clans, like us, for example, so... I mean, of course, Alert is underdogs, but I still think they have a decent chance. What do you say?
Well, I believe that Legion is going to win, man. I know that Alert is actually having good strats and they have a good relocations time. When they see the chance, they use it. They relocate as an entire team, which is obviously good. So, if they will have a chance to realize that, and they will manage to realize that, I believe Legion will have to struggle then.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Alert does have some good individually skilled players as well. I mean, of course, in terms of individual skill, I think Legion are better, but Alert are not that far behind. They have good players, and I think it's going to be an interesting game.
Yeah, all we'll have to do is just wait now.
Yeah, just wait and see. Alright, let's see, the Legion guys are starting to drop into the room. Alright. Let's see, yeah, as mentioned, this will be interesting. Let's see when Legion get full. It's Desert Sands as the first map, as you can see in the top left corner. As you see, the game is in German, because it's a German person streaming, obviously, but I will guide you through whatever questions you have regarding what it actually says. But yeah, as mentioned, Desert Sands is the first map, and Alert is beginning from the north spawn, which is the green spawn.
I think North would be fine enough.
Yeah. Let's see. Alert are actually pretty good on Desert Sands, I think. I mean, we played against them on Desert Sands, I think. But it was a while ago, probably a couple of weeks ago when it was still the old tournament system, so a lot can change then in terms of strategies, but we'll see what he can show.
Did you hide the tanks? Can they see the...
well, hide enemy vehicles is on, so they shouldn't be able to see each other's lineup. But I think we need to add a bit longer stream delay, Honor. because I think it's only like half a minute. So you should probably try to make at least 2 minutes. Just so they can't see each other's tanks. It would be good if you could do that. But shouldn't be that much of an issue anyways.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a big problem, since you can't really look at another screen for
Yeah,
half a
it's
minute.
now 180 seconds.
Alright, nice. Well, then we're set. Legion just needs to get their 7th player, and I can put a password in the room and we'll be good to go. Alright, so I'm assuming they haven't really picked their lineups yet, but we should be able to view them soon. I mean, if we're gonna evaluate the map, Nikita, what do you think they will do? Like, where do you think they will go?
Well, from knowing what Legion usually plays, I guess we'll have... I think they're going to play A, which is outside of the city. Yeah. Probably 268, E5s, 2I7s, maybe a Bachat. Or maybe 228s even. I don't think they're going to play inside, since they really like E5s. That's obviously why. And they are really good outside. Even if they go inside, take up 2 bases, still with the E5s they can just out-trade without getting damage.
Yeah, I know, it's a hard question, because in my opinion, on this map, you have an advantage in terms of trading on the outside, because you'll be able to get easier shots. But then again, if you manage to fast cap B and get the other inside cap, so in other words C, you will have a huge advantage and it will force your enemy to push over the rails. But your enemy could make a really coordinated push, and then it's an easy win if you just push over the rails very coordinated. But, of course, it's hard to push into 7 tanks defending the caps. But yeah, I think I'm kind of expecting, I would say Legion going inside, outside I mean, sorry, and Alert going inside. That's at least my prediction of the game, knowing the 2 clans' playstyles. But I wouldn't be surprised to do it otherwise. Legion are quite surprising in terms of strategies. They don't usually follow the norms, but neither does Alert, so we'll just have to wait and see. But I'm expecting quite a strategical battle, because both clans are very good in terms of tactics. Like, you don't really know what to expect from them. They're not straightforward, they don't just rush one side or something like that with 7 tanks. So, we'll just have to wait and see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, they started breaking up, so...
Yeah, let's see. Legion are still lacking 1 player.
Yeah, I know.
But hey, I guess they will come soon enough.
Yeah, Entry, he has pink, so... I wonder if they are gonna change him, or if he's just going to reboot his rotor.
Yeah, well, it might take a minute, but shouldn't take too long. But as mentioned, Legion still only has 6 players, so they need to get 1 more in order to get rolling. As you can see, Alert are ready, but Legion are taking their time.
Yeah, well, we have 2 268s. Arkham, so E5. Yeah, so I guess they're playing A. The only question is what...
That's the way it looks like right now.
The only question, what is the 7th player is going to take? So...
Yeah, it is. I guess we'll have to wait and see. I mean, judging by Alert's lineup, there's no doubt what they're going to do. But we should also be able to see the full lineup of Legion soon as well. You know, there's some quite stereotypical things on this map, like if you take super heavies, you're going inside. If you don't take super heavies, you're going outside. And I mean, it's quite logical, because if you want to go inside, you need some sustainable tanks. Like a mouse to hold B, hold C, whatever, just to be able to put pressure on the enemy team. And obviously, they're not the best tanks in the desert, because they're both big for the ridge lines, and they are easy targets given the size and horrible mobility when crossing.
As far as I know, NG is the 268 player, right?
Yeah, I think, NG usually plays TDs. I think he plays a lot on PC as well. There we go. He's not playing on PC actually this time. I was quite sure that he would, because last times I've seen him play, it's been on PC. Anyways, I'm gonna put a password on the room now. Alright. There we go. Okay, so they are ready now, and it's time to kick off the first game. Alright. Everything looks in order, so let's kick it off. Okay, we're starting 7 minutes late. Sorry for the delay to whoever's watching, but it's time to kick off the games now. And as you can see, Legion has 5 Russian heavies, including 4 IS-4s, 1 mouse, and a P-57. I would personally say that they're going inside. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe a few tanks outside. No, they're going inside. So it's a fast cap C. Probably they're going to try to get B as well. 57, I guess, to cover.
Yeah, Alert are actually pushing tanks onto the bridge, so the Legion guys are going to get spotted, and they can actually take quite heavy fire from the 268s. But no shots, interestingly enough.
Oh, so there's 3 copying B. Okay.
Alright,
57 is on the reload, so let's see what...
It seems like it's going to be hard to get B because Alert has a lot of tanks protecting the base. Like, Legion are going to lose a lot of HP trying to take B, but Alert may also lose a bit considering that they have to peek to reset. But as seen, Legion are now leaving the B cap, and Alert has the cap advantage, interestingly enough. But Alert are also bleeding some HP as well as Legion. I mean, the start is quite equal, I would say, except from Alert has a cap advantage, which means a lot on this map because it's hard to push.
Yes, and Alert, I should have been playing from the outside. You can shoot from one side to another easily.
Yeah, so it makes it a bit harder for Legion to push. No, what were you saying?
No, I was saying that
Subdipave is bleeding a lot of HP, as well as the M48s. But NG is only on 600 as well, and if they manage to take out NG, NG is on 200 HP now, and if they manage to...
so I guess one of them is going for him, or he's fine. Yes, one shot, so he's a one shot for HE.
Yeah, it's interesting. NG is also one shot. As you can see on the HP bars, Legion are up by a solid 2000, but they're also in a cap disadvantage, so it doesn't mean that much. You could say that they're almost in an equal situation right now. Both teams have a one-shot and both teams have bled a fair bit of HP. It's just about what team can conserve their HP best and manage to outtrade the other until the late push comes. But as of now, Legion are outtrading Alert. If this keeps on going, Legion can quite easily lead a push and manage to focus fire Alert and take them out.
Legion has... Yes, Legion has 4 tanks on their left, on the Alert space, so I guess they're gonna try to go there if needed.
Yeah, and they have the full HP mouse in the other squad, so...
Full HP mouse, IS-4, T-57...
Yeah, and they all have a lot of HP, so it makes sense if they're pushing that side. But it's gonna be hard, because they will get so focused. Like, the first tank that push is almost guaranteed to death.
I believe they're gonna push side but trying to kill the one-shot IS-7. Okay,
they're pushing, Legion are pushing, Peony is going out and taking a lot of fire. They're focusing 50 shades of Blitz out. Legion are not pushing into the open, or not managing to take them out. Now the second 268 is going down.
Okay, and they're just about to kill another IS-4 on the Legion squad. And so they're gonna try to finish the
Yeah, Alert has bled a lot of HP and they're 4 tanks down, so Legion has the grip on this game, as it looks right now at least. And I think it's going to be really hard for Alert to manage to come back with this. They have a huge loss in terms of HP.
They have in this game, they have just 3 one-shots and the rest
this one is going down to Legion. This one is Legion's win. Alert had a good strategy. They managed to get the cuts, and they held for quite a bit, but at the end, Legion just managed to outtrade them. And they got their only EPM tanks out at the start. So only 2 268 268s were killed first, so Alert was left with a bunch of Russian heavies, which aren't that good in terms of PPM.
Well, one of the mistakes that led to Alert losing, I believe, is the I7 that was in the middle, that just lost all his health points. Well, he has down the top of the damage on the Alert team, but then on the other side, he has lost all of his HP on there for no reason. Patton, that he's been losing his health points, he lost about 900. So if they did lose this amount of health points, they could have been more aggressive. Beside the reach lines, also the I7s that were in the middle for no reason, I think they should have relocated them and 268s maybe at their back, so that 268 wouldn't get focused and would work.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, right now you're seeing the two teams readying up again. As you know, or should know by now if you've been watching the streams, it's supposed to be 2 minutes between the start of the game, so I'm gonna have to wait like another minute before I start, just to go accordingly to the rules. But we can already view the two teams' lineups as they're all ready, and Alert has made one slight change, and that is dropping one of the 268s for an E100. Not sure why. I'm not sure if this means that they're going inside, or if it just means that they want something more sustainable. Although personally, I don't think the E100 works that well in the desert, given its big turret that is also weak and horrible mobility. I don't see them using it in the desert. Anyways, alright, 2 minutes has gone and it's time to... Never mind, being unready. Well, Legion has... pretty much the same lineup, I think.
I think they changed the E5.
Yeah, one IS4 less and one E5 or something like that. And one more IS7 instead of an IS4. But it's practically the same, no major changes. And we'll see what Legion are going to do now, as well as Alert. And for whoever started watching now, it's 1-0 to Legion. But it was a close round, it wasn't given from the start. So, what do you expect from this game, Nikita?
Well, let's check what Alert are doing. Okay, they are playing outside the game. Let's see if they will manage not to lose this one top lines. Okay, Legion are trying to make the shots on the tanks out.
Yeah. Also, Alert's E100 is going to try to get early shots, and he did on Fantastic. He actually have a tricky E100 position, but now he's getting rushed, and, well, he's going to go down because there's going to be 4 tanks hunting him soon. But he's going to be... He's actually good over there. Yeah, the IS4s are bouncing a lot of him, and he's managing to hold them off quite well. 268s are also getting shots in, so Legion are bleeding HP, but this E100 will get taken out very soon.
Yes, 268 is supporting him. Let's see what the other teammates are going to do. If they're going to push from the number of which they are doing, they can take out the Novas. And if the E5 will go with a pattern, they actually can push over there. And
oh, there goes the E100, but they're almost equal in HP still. Legion lost a lot of HP taking this E100 out, and Alert are only 400 HP behind. The cap advantage, although, is in the favor of Legion due to the fact that they managed to kill this E100, and also they had like 5-10 points ahead before.
Yes, even though Legion is losing by just winning by about 400 points, the damage is spread out all around them, so they have no one-shot tanks, unlike Alert has -9. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, right now Grizzly is losing a lot of HP from the T-57 clipping him, and he might be going down quite soon. Alert are starting... Alert are starting to drop the game.
I7 in a previous game was in the same position, and this is where he lost his health points.
Yeah, again, there was a lot of tanks playing a part in that, giving him a lot of shots, and now the M48 is also taking a lot of fire. So...
This is where the E5 comes, the advantage of E5.
Yeah, the question is, can Alert do this? Because they are dropping a lot in terms of HP, but Legion are also losing a bit. But I think the Legion has a better sustain lineup than Alert has a pushing lineup. Because Alert has to push quite soon at least to manage to at least either kill 2 tanks or stop the C-cap. And that will be a bit of a hassle for them, given that their IS-7 is on 500 HP and Legion has a mouse and a lot of Russian heavies to sustain them with.
And E5 and M48 are just losing health points, which is not the right thing to do when you are losing by 1 tank.
Yeah, they need to conserve their HP more and wait for the late push. I think that would be the right decision at least. But given the current state, it's gonna be a really tough game for Alert to be able to win. They are down by 1.5k HP and by 2 kills in points or like 80 points. So they either need to kill 2 tanks or manage to push all the way to C, and I don't see that happening.
The points are coming up to an 800 soon, pretty much, and they should really relocate their tanks in on one of the spawns.
Yeah, they're quite spread out right now, and I don't think they're going to be able to rush, because if you look at 50 Shades of Noob, for instance, he's alone against 2 tanks, so he won't be able to rush that flank. The IS-4 in the middle is also kind of alone, so he won't be able to push that either. They're all very spread out, and a push has to come pretty much now. Although, credit to Alert, they managed to...
They managed to decrease
the damage difference.
The health points different, but they started doing something, and they started pushing from all of the directions.
Yeah, actually they're doing it quite well so far, but I don't think that they will be managed to do all. The T6A just shot into the middle of nowhere, and this is the end, because he's now getting tracked, and their most important tank is now getting taken out. They got themselves into crossfire by pushing, and they didn't do as well as Legion in terms of hitting their shots.
Okay, 1 tank left. Well played by
1,000 points. Yeah, well played by Legion. Again, Alert, in my opinion, made some small mistakes. They lost a lot of HP at the start. I don't think the E100 position was that good either, because they left him alone on the inside, and he wasn't able to do much. They had 2 tanks pushing him from his left and 2 tanks from his right, so he was quite a lost cause. Alright, let's see what's the next map. So, well, as you can see, it's now 2-0 to Legion, but Alert are not playing bad. They're keeping up quite well with Legion. It's not like you can say that, Legion are gonna win after 10 seconds. It's not like that. It's more like, in the last minute, you will see who's going to win. It will be given away at that point. But Legion has managed to get themselves an advantage in terms of HP in both games, and has made it very hard for Alert to sustain their pushes or defensive lines.
Have you seen the amount of damage that the other Cotton caused?
Yeah, I saw 4.2k,
which is quite hilarious for a game like that.
Yeah, actually, I can't believe that he managed to trade so well. Like in the middle of the desert, he was taking a lot of shots as well. But credit to him for doing that much damage. But the rest of the team couldn't really keep up with him in terms of damage, and they didn't trade that well, the other tanks. Obviously, the M48 did manage to pull good trades, but for instance, E-Grizzly or Grizzly Alert did 0 damage, and, well, that kind of speaks for itself. Because you need your tanks to do at least 2 free shots per tank, like IS-7s and things like that, tanks like that one. Otherwise, you will have a disadvantage. I mean, obviously, you can't really say IS-7s are damage dealers, because they're not. But they need to be able to do some damage input as well. And then the tanks, like, for example, the M48 finished the business, which he was doing well, but he can't carry a game on his own. But although Alert didn't play bad, they did pull bad trades. Alright, let's see.
As we can see by Alert setup, I guess they're gonna try to have a fast cup on, I think on B, since it's the hardest base to cup. 50Bs, Grill, 268 just to cover him. 268, I guess they're going to have a cover on A.
Alright, time to go. Yeah, keep talking.
I believe Grill is going to have a cover on B since it's fast enough to get there. 50Bs, maybe one of the 50Bs is going to go just behind B. He'll be just there on time to have some shots on enemies by shot if he's going to go there. And let's see what Legion has. They have a shot in Grill, 5, as well as SRX. So, yes, Oxbow is going for...
He's gonna try to fast cap A, I think. or just take early control of the Castilla and maybe spot them crossing. Personally, though, about the lineups, I have to say that I do not like the lineup of Alert. It's extremely weak. You only have one tank that's sustainable in a push, and that is the IS-4. The grill is paper, so is the Batchat. The AMXs are HEable in the sides and turret, and the 268 are, well, turretless TDs. So they don't have any sustain at all, and it will be a very hard game for them to win, I think. As you can see now, Oxbow is gonna start crossfiring the Batchat and 268s, but they're not spotted, so he's only pulling some blind shots. And he failed them all. Well, the thing is now, when Oxbow is in this position and Batchat or 268 shoots, he will be able to crossfire them and light them up for the rest of his team. But no base is capped so far, and Legion has an HP advantage of roughly 700 from the start of the game. There we go, Alert is taking shots, the 268 got lighted up and got hit straight away.
Let's go like that, so...
There we go, now Oxbow is gonna be able to... Oh yes, this Russian guy in Alert, the 268, is taking a lot of fire, and he's in the open, and he is going to get crossfire. There you go, he's trained.
Yes, they're taking him out.
There you go, that is a crucial mistake to lose a 268 after 1.5 minutes. And this is the type of things that can happen. Now Legion are going to be able to push. As you see, they are pushing. They're pushing C and they're pushing B. They're being super aggressive now, given the weak lineup of Alert. They can afford to push because they have so many more IS-7. Although Legion are losing a lot of HP. Blast is on 20 HP and Thomas is on 500 HP. But Alert are losing even more HP, and they have 3 tanks taken out at this point, whilst Legion only has 1.
Yes,
well, it's gonna be hard. Yeah?
Alert has lots of TPM tanks, such as PCBs, Wheels 268s, but they can't realize that, since they have no armor and no spots for them. Expo is the only thing that would have called and spot for them.
And he died very early as well, after around 2 minutes. And as you can see, Alert are now just collapsing. Yeah, and Legion are easily taking this game home. This was the easiest game so far because, to me personally, Alert's lineup didn't make much sense. They have only 1 sustainable tank. Meanwhile, Legion has IS-4, IS-4, IS-7, IS-7, and E5 can arguably sustain a bit as well. So, well, Legion had a better lineup from the start. And I just don't see the logic in Alert's lineup. But good game to Legion though. They played it smart, they managed to spot the 268, take him out early, and then they knew that they had the opportunity to push, because they wouldn't get crossfired from the Castilla. So, well played to Legion, and quite an easy game for them as well, given that they have almost 6k HP left.
I should admit that by the end of the round, Legion had 2 full HP tanks. Which is nice.
And again, Alert had a 0 damage tank. You can see the 268s. He did 0 shots as well. So, again, Alert are not getting the shots they need out of their tanks. They had the same issues the 2 previous games. They just have tanks that doesn't do damage. As you saw, for example, in Legion, Beanie pushed in straight away. He died first, but he did manage to pull 2 shots. And 800 damage doesn't look much on paper, but those 800 damages, or whatever I'm supposed to call it, can be crucial in the end.
Let's see what Alert is going to do from the spawn.
Yeah, it's actually quite interesting now because it's 3-0 to Legion, and it looks, this far at least, that Legion are going to be able to take all 4 points home from these games, because Alert are just not on their level from what we've seen so far at least. But interesting, as you can see, Alert are changing their lineups a lot. They're now putting way more sustainable tanks, and they will definitely play it quite differently. What do you think they will do this time that they didn't do last time, Nikita? What do you think Alert can improve?
Well, they're taking 2 mouses, so I believe they're gonna be just beside B. Pattern, just to cover A, so I think they're gonna have a more of a map control tactic rather than previously. Well, previously they also had a map control tactic, but you can't really control tactic when you have no armor. 6-8, I guess it's going to have cover on C as well, if they are going to try to cap C. Okay, so they are taking 50B, so that's interesting. I believe there is quite a few positions where it can go. I don't think they're going to make the same mistake as they did previously, that they're going to send all of their tanks on all of the 3 directions. Well, all we have to do is just wait and see.
Yeah, I can't do much more than agree with you on this. It's the logical decision for them to do. And as mentioned before, the lineups are very different, and hopefully Alert can manage to get more potential out of their tanks. As you can see now, both clans are ready, so we're good to go. Alright, this will be an interesting game, and we'll be able to see what the 2 clans can do this time. Alright, let's see. The game's kicking off right now, and Alert are splitting up, which is usually not that good. One mouse is probably going to go behind B, whilst the other one will hold the C cap. Meanwhile, Legion are going...
Oxbow is going for the Castilla from the Legion side. Thomas into the Legion with the Legion.
Actually, no, Oxbow's not going for the Castilla. Okay. He's going for this little cheeky spot here.
I guess they're going to have... Yeah, they're going to have a Russian C.
Yeah, that's actually quite stereotypical Legion. I remember them doing it a lot. But given that they're capping, they could take a lot of shots, but it doesn't seem like Alert has the potential to take those shots because they have no tanks on the ridgeline. And it looks like Legion are going to cap C. Ooh, that was a good reset in the last second. But it's going to be quite hard for Legion to cap C, actually.
1,000 health points. I believe... Oh, I think Alert have a really good chance to have a comeback.
Yeah, it looks like Alert can take this one home. If they just manage to not get out-traded as badly as the other games, they should be able to take this one home. As you can see right now, Legion are going for B with their 2 mouses, and it will be hard for Alert to reset it because they have B extremely well covered.
Look at the WE1SE on C, he just lost all of his health points from being a full HP down to 640. Well, all of their tanks full HP, but on the other side, Legion company with mouses.
Yeah, and it will be hard again for Alert to push Legion because, as you can see, Alert has 1 mouse in their spot and the other mouse at B. So they have 2 mouses split out, and it's not easy to push 2 split out mouses. They need to stay together to make a good push. But Alert are not that far behind on points now, given that they got the A cap, and Legion are taking a lot of shots.
Actually, I mean, Patton is getting spotted by Bachat, giving him the shots. Bachat can't sustain the Patton. And if the tanks on the point mill are going to get spotted, the Patton just can have easy shots on them with the resistance 8, which I believe, yes, it's gonna have shots on them when they're going to get spotted.
Yeah, and as you can see right now, the 268 is in a good position to crossfire them as they're going up, and so is he going to do right now. Owl's all, but he missed. Oh, that's the second.
Mouse is a B are pushing the 50B and the mouse from the other side.
Yeah, it's gotta be a big problem for Alert, but Legion are draining HP. They are behind by 200 HP as of this given moment. And if they manage to kill Beanie, it's going to be quite interesting.
Alert might take out Beanie and
Grizzly is going down though. Grizzly is going down, but Beanie should be going down, so it will be 1 tank for 1 tank. And Fantastic has now put himself in a crossfire, but Alert are quite interestingly not using this crossfire. As you can see, Brown Crab is behind Fantastic, but for some reason he's not giving him shots. As you can view, this is quite weird, and I really don't understand it. But Alert are now pushing for C, and they're going to give Legion one hell of a fight, given the fact that they're up by 3k HP. WE1SE is down to 1 shot, but Brown Crab manages to lose 1.5k HP in the matter of 5 seconds, and has gone down. What Alert has to do right now is to kill WE1SE and Thomas, and they will prevent 1 crossfire and be able to take out 2 low HP tanks. But Alert are again struggling because they are 3 tanks less, and they managed to lose their HP advantage, or damage advantage, by around... They went like 1.5k. Yeah, they went from 3k to 1.5k. And they're actually struggling a bit now, even though they have twice as much HP as Legion. But Legion has 6 tanks, and Alert only has 4.
Look at the CPP. Okay, he's getting help from his teammates, so fantastic is one shot. So all he just needs to do is just spend him once. Thomas is going to try to help his teammate.
Oxbow is now going to go behind the 268. Look at this. This is quite interesting. This is a smart move from Oxbow. He's going to try to... Oh, he's actually going for A. He's going to try to stop the caps. That's a tricky move. The thing is now that this Russian IS-7, I don't know how to say his name, I'm sorry, but he's full HP and he needs to do something with his HP or he's completely lost for Alert. Although they had a 3k HP advantage and Legion were pushing into crossfires, the damage is now almost equal and Legion are up on tanks. This is actually an incredible turnaround by Legion, but also poorly played by Alert. The actions of
the HPI-7 is going for the 2 one-shots I-7s.
He needs to pen this shot. He needs to penetrate it. And there you go. NG's shooting in. He's in a massive crossfire, and he's going to go down soon. Well, I think Legion are taking this game home again. I personally can't believe that Alert managed to lose this. Because Alert had a huge advantage, but Alert kind of threw the game again, I have to say, by taking this Brown Crab IS-4 and pushing those 2 IS-7s into a crossfire from 5 tanks. And he died in 3 seconds or so from being 1.5 HP, and that costed Alert the game. I mean, they could still theoretically win, but given the amount of points and the fact that the Batchet is half HP, it's going to be extremely hard. And well, as you can see, the game is in Legion's favor, and they have managed to pull a 4-0 on Alert. So, what do you think about the games, Lisa?
Well, Alert did a great job in the very beginning. They managed to make 2 times one shot. Then it's all of a sudden just collapsed. Sage was useless for most of the time. As you can see, it didn't do even 2k damage when it's supposed to do at least 3k damage. That's what 268s are for. I-7, the one that was full HP until the end, did a great job. In fact, was trying to save up his health points, not YOLO rushing, thinking that it's already win. Unlike the Ice-4 that just died, as you mentioned previously. So if he would just help his clanmate on the mouse, I think they could have won it. Since the mouse would have taken out earlier, he wouldn't die, and then this mouse could take out the one-shots under the B.
Yeah, that's a fair point. And I think, personally, as I mentioned before, Alert quite threw the last game. I mean, I would agree that Legion outplayed them in the 3 first games, but Alert really made a strong comeback in the last game. And I was 90% sure that Alert would take this game home, given that they had 3k HP advantage and that Legion were pushing into them, and not the opposite. But for some reason, instead of taking out the mouse in the ditch, Alert decided to push instead of taking out one more tank. Well, that's what costed them the game, if I'm to say it myself. If they killed that mouse, I think it would have been an easy win, but instead they decided to push into a crossfire, which was crucial for this game, and the loss is understandable. Although Alert did a good job, Legion just placed, as Alert said, to quote Sapipe, you're playing on another level than us. So, there we go. That's it for now, and thank you guys for watching. Also, we will be back in 25 minutes to stream Legion versus WE1SE. So, don't forget to watch that, and I think the owner would like me to say this. Please subscribe for more good content.
Are you done
we
now?
will also be streaming more games in the future.
Come on, are you done?
Yeah.
Good. See you later.